How's it doing?
I'm alright. What about you?
Going good, going good, going good. I'll turn Blinky up. Yeah, chilling. Had a good day today. Filmed a couple of videos, you know what I'm saying? So, moving. Um, let's do some moving practice, and I would honestly like to just for you to pick what I do, so that we can do something that you think would be effective.
Yeah, I mean you can just play some like 1 minute moving,
1 minute moving. What map should I play?
or we could do 1v1s, I guess.
Well,
I mean
maybe we start. Maybe we start with this
it's
and then do
easier.
some 1v1s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess informed is probably,
Informed world.
yeah, probably closer. It's closest to how the mapping is like.
Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. 2 kilometers away from dense coverage. Okay.
But it's gonna be interesting because it's gonna be online, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they will disable the fast movement.
They didn't really give us an answer about that yet, or like we haven't asked, but like it was ambiguous because they said it may or may not be inside the client. So I would say if it's inside the client, then it'll probably be disabled, but if it's not, then it'll probably be enabled. So I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter for me anyway because fast moving is the same speed as moving. So
But well, it doesn't matter for you because if other people are fast moving, then your strategy is completely different.
oh, true, true, true. I'll put a message in now to the chat there. Will fast move be disabled? Okay, let's play. Okay, so first thought, Greece, quite dry. I mean, I'll just play as if I was going for info anyway. Oh, it could actually be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this was okay. I'll check the bin quickly and then I'll move back. A minute. No. So I did learn the area codes, and I think I can remember at least the first digit. So maybe I'll try and find one of those. But so far, I guess I'm thinking this is quite a bit further south. We do have quite a lot of pine trees though. Okay, we get to some info. Oops. More like flat roofs and stuff. I don't know. I just thought it might be like down towards Athens somewhere. Oh, it is actually.
Yeah.
I guess we did have a lot of flat roofs. Kind of felt like an island.
So I feel like for the moving duels formats, like you need to be aware of. I mean, since here you don't have an opponent, then it's only you or that you're a factor. But your knowledge, I guess, is per country is kind of the deciding factor into what you're doing in this round. Because, like, for example, it's Greece. So yeah, as soon as you identify it's Greece, you're like, okay, what do I know? What does my opponent know? And if like Greece is a country that not too many people know, so it's not necessarily relevant. It's not the biggest country as well, but it's like if you don't know anything about the country, like here in Greece is like 2 levels of knowledge, I would say. It's like area codes. It's kind of the first level, and then there's like, and few people will know this. It's like the municipalities.
Yeah, on the
So
they have like, well, it's like quite a number, but they're written everywhere, right?
yeah, on the bins, like that's what I assume you were looking at the bin for.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you don't know municipalities, there's only a handful that you will be able to recognize from just reading the bin.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I mean,
so if you know area codes, then your strategy is like find an area code.
Yeah.
Because that will give you a better guess for sure.
Yeah.
But if you don't know area codes, you don't know demos, then it's like if it doesn't look like you will get, and it's hard to tell obviously, but like here you get to the main road, and that main road, as soon as you hit the main road, you should be able to tell us like, are we gonna get info on that road or not? Or even from the starting location, you're like, this doesn't look like there's a highway nearby. It doesn't look like you could. So this type of round, I'm like, this is a round where you can definitely region guess.
Mhm.
But then there's also your region guessing knowledge that comes into play. It's like,
Yeah.
do you have a reasonable chance to have a good region guess better than your opponent?
Mhm. Oh yeah, definitely.
And
That's
if
a
you
big factor.
don't, yeah, if you're not comfortable in region guessing this, and since I assume in 1 minute you weren't like confident in your guess, then it's like it depends on the moving ability of your opponent, I would guess. If it's a decent moving player, I would probably instant sense that they don't find better info than you, except if it doesn't look like there's anything at all. It's like on this round, um, um, I'd say yeah, this round is probably fine to its descent unless you're like trying to get a feel for the landscape. Sometimes moving is like very helpful. Like imagine you moved into Gen 3, for
Yeah, true.
example.
Yeah.
You'd get the Creed antenna and then you know it's Creed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because the first panel looked a lot less like Crete, and the more we moved, the more I thought we might be on an island. So yeah, that's kind of fair.
Yeah.
Like some of these houses, like
So
this house would have kind of been weird. Like was kind of
yeah,
weird.
exactly.
Okay.
So I'm like on this round, if you don't immediately have a region guess that you're kind of comfortable, like you're confident with, it's like then you kind of move until you feel like you're not gonna get a better vibe than this, and then especially if you don't hit like anywhere that looks like there's gonna be info that you can use, then you can just guess.
Yeah. Okay, so we go to Bolivia. I thought. Okay, so at this point, I'm probably just going to be looking for landscape, to be honest. I think I'm just trying to make sure I know the town. So hills are kind of low. I also want to get a sense for how dense the coverage is right now, because if I can go onto every road, then that would maybe tell me that it's a bigger town. So it's quite high up, and it's quite red soil. The lamps do have the dot on them. If I recall correctly, it's Cochabamba and Sucre that don't have the dot. Huh. I think so. So maybe think Potosi or something between Oru and Potosi. Does that make sense? Potosi is like not the biggest hills. North, west. Damn, I'm actually not too sure.
I think it's Oru, personally.
Yeah, it's too flat. Okay, I'm just not used to Oru being inside the hills like that. Normally you're more
it's
normally
like,
in the flat area.
Yeah, this is what are usually it's you only use terrain, and you like La Paz is obviously very recognizable terrain, and Cochabamba as well, and then Sucre and Potosi are mostly like somewhat hilly, surrounded by mountains. It's kind of hard to tell those two apart, mostly I would say. And then Oruro is like mostly flat with a mountain downtown that's like mostly west, but sometimes it can be south also out of this mountain. So then you would have a mountain west, and it's always flat to the east, and basically.
Yeah, I think if we spawned here, I almost certainly would have got it. But just seeing the hills both directions, I mean, there's basically not too many places where that can happen, so I got confused by that. But you're right, like it was too flat to... Even still, it was too flat to be like Potosi is like in hills. Like, kind of a silly guess.
Yeah. But moving wise, anyway, Bolivia is not really a country that you need to have moving skills in. It's like completely solvable, no move, and
I think this
moving
I would probably just insta guess Taiwan center here. Oh, interesting. Okay, but we can... I mean, like, it just looks like the center to me as well, just because of the way the hills are kind of all directions.
Is that especially here, if you don't have fast movement and your opponent does, then you're kind of cooked.
Yeah.
You need to insta guess.
Okay, that was inside the hills there.
But yeah, it's like
nothing much to say there, I suppose.
We could help with it, like figuring out the terrain, I guess, but
So on Russia, I'm pretty much just trying to get to a main road, I would say, or to a different camera generation, so I can see like if it's small antenna or what. I also want to check the steering wheels on the left there. Doesn't seem like there's that many Asian cars. Still kind of confused about where this would be, to be honest. I mean, maybe you would... I don't think buses almost ever help, but we do have a sign. I did not even really work out where this was. I think it might just be Urals, but... Oh, wow.
Galich? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, the thing is, with
Galich.
1 minute and no fast movements, a lot of the time, especially like Russia, without fast movement, if you're in a somewhat like not tiny town, it's hard to get out of the town to start with, and then in the town it's kind of random to know where you're gonna get a sign. And so like here, yeah, your best bet I think is like, yeah, you move on the main road until you get a good region guess that you're confident on, or that you somehow find a sign as an area code or something. But again, depends on the opponent, because like, yeah, if it's a like if it's a good moving player, then maybe, you know, they will move faster, get info quicker, and then you can just, you know, move region guess, because, you know, it's gonna be hard anyway to find info.
I think if I played this seed and MPZ, I might be doing better right now, to be honest.
It's really, it's the thing that you need to learn by practice. It's like,
Yeah.
region guessing while moving.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not like saying that to cope. I'm just saying like, I think it's just objectively the fact. I need to get better at this part. Okay, I thought it was Denmark so far. This race seems pretty decent. I don't know. At this point, maybe I'll turn around. 30 seconds to go. Maybe I'll turn around. Which way do they go?
Yeah, that's an important thing to remember.
Sometimes. On a generic... Okay, that's the end. Interesting. At this point, I would probably just stop and region guess. Well, I could go checkpoint, but...
Yeah, this thing, if you don't have much more than 15 seconds, then
it's probably
you take your time. And
yeah.
Personally, I would keep on moving because I can region guess while moving, but if you prefer to not move, I guess. But like, potentially there was a road like, you know, a few more clicks away, and then...
Okay, that's at least fine.
Like, if you zoom on the log, maybe you could tell, but I don't know.
Just in terms of the street view?
On the map, like, like...
So we, like, spawned here, went up there, and then I got into this straight, so... Probably without fast move, we're not getting to here. This probably has a sign, right? Or not even. I guess.
I think some players could get to here, but it's gonna be hard to use anyway, the info.
Okay. Well,
yeah, Denmark is not anyway a country that's like really there's anything much to do anyway. Like, you're not gonna region guess better. So either you like completely give up and like random plonk and, you know, 50-50 the round, or you just play the round and randomly get something to get a sign.
Okay, I just got an answer. Fast move is disabled for this one.
Okay. It's still not perfectly even, like, because
I agree.
Experienced moving players, especially if they have low ping, good internet, will move faster.
Vintage. Oh, that's interesting. Bilingual sign. Ooh. And what are these signs? They don't even feel... I actually want to check the sign back here. That is... really interesting feeling. Car meta, we have none. Okay. And then the copyright. It's wanting me to go this way. That way looks horrible though. I think I'm gonna go this way. I mean, to me it does not feel like Austria, even though we have no car, so I'll go here. Wow. What was that bilingual sign? Also, what are these trees? They look so strange to me. Yeah, look. Or is it two different things? Oh, true. It's just two different things. Sandström. Yeah, I mean, it's just Austrian South. I don't know. Like, my brain just kind of turns off. I honestly, we should do an experiment of me just playing no moving versus moving. I mean, obviously, it would be ideal if I could move properly, but I'm more just interested, you know. Okay, this one I can do. I'm going to try and really lock in and find something. Okay. Nothing. I would say nothing. Wait, what about the crest? It might say it, but I'm not sure. Barangay. I want to go this way. Okay, we can at least get the tuk-tuk. It's a raised roof. Does feel like the north anyway. I could actually maybe just region guess based on landscape. Huge West Mountains, so that's good. Rice fields, huge West Mountains. Yeah, no time, so let's just go over here. We're probably looking at this, I think. What the heck? Yeah. Oh my days. Wait, that's actually such a bait tuk-tuk though as well. It made me really confident. When I was over here, I was thinking it was south, and then when I saw the tuk-tuk, I lost all.
Wait, can you send me the location so I can see if you missed something?
On the sign?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Because here it's like...
Moving
I'm not gonna
past
find the info necessarily much more quicker because you didn't like waste too much time, I guess, to get there. But then
province of.
Once you get to info, it's also.
It says something province of. I can't read that. I guess it must something. Oh, it's Sox. We're in Soxskagen, but can't read what that says.
I mean, it should be South Cotabato, I think.
Maybe it says Escotabato.
But yeah, it can be tricky, I guess, especially here. Like, signs are like a bit far, a bit hard to read. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I mean, it's like a thing that's like hard to just explain because it's like practice and just like reading speed, I guess. But if you have many signs around you and like at a glance you can kind of tell which signs could be more useful, like which ones look like an ad, which ones, you know, would be like a construction sign, and then you would for sure have an address on it or something. But if you look at a sign and it's like, I don't know if but if you don't see anything useful, you should like look around and be like, okay, well, maybe this other sign says something useful. And if like none of them have anything, then, you know, you should look around in the distance and be like, okay, maybe if I move, I get better info. Because like, you know, the most important part of this is like the first to, you know, get the info. So if you're wasting a lot of time reading a sign that doesn't have anything, you just like at the mercy of your opponent getting a better sign, you know.
100%.
And so reading quickly, I don't know if I can just tell you like, you know, you should read more quickly, like faster. It probably doesn't help at all, but yeah.
Yeah. That is definitely gonna be just a weakness I have to work with, I think, and just try and be conscious as I play. Damn, that tuk-tuk messed me up though. Okay.
But I guess it also depends like on what your opponent is doing, because like, yeah, if he guesses, then you're like, okay, there's gonna be info like right there, so take your time and read, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That is indeed a Toronto area code. I remember it. So we can just guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I do like Philippines. I still find it fun on moving. So let's see if I can do something this time. Okay. Want to make it to the main road. I feel like this feels like more like the main road direction with so many traffic. Okay. I think I would peel out to this one now. Pay attention to the tuk-tuks. Tuk-tuks are weird. Okay, this maybe not the right way, but I want to commit, because I feel like we are getting there. To the end here, maybe. Oh, this is kind of horrible. Tuk-tuks do look northern. Oh, this is horrible. Okay, this is the road, maybe. It's just so residential. It makes me think it might be near Manila, just like so many modern houses in a row like this. Oh, wow, this was so bad. I want to read the black box. If I don't have time for other stuff, I want to read the black box. Oh, I lost the bowl, though. Oh, this one has one. That's too late. I'll go Manila.
Yeah, okay. So here's some actual tips for moving. Like it's like first off, it's like when you're moving, I don't know if you noticed the first time the black box, but like
Oh, bro, we literally had a
it takes
Panay ones right here.
yeah.
Bro, I swear.
But also like yeah, when you stopped at the junction briefly and there was like a black box right in front of you, and if it's like if you see something that's like right in front of you, I mean I guess you didn't see here, but it's like you need to like not just because like at the moment you're like focused on like trying to get to actual like addresses or something like to a better road, but you shouldn't like forget about you know other types of region guessing clues. So if you see that, it's like it's not gonna give you the 5K immediately, and you know it's not the best info, but if you can just like read that in a second, half a second, it's like that's such a like a
Can be
fail
really
safe
good if I
that's
end up,
very good, or even
yeah.
it could even like give you the city in this case.
Or just
So
like when I'm
it's
scanning later on, if I get extra info, it could be
yeah,
huge. Yeah.
because it's risky to be if you're like solely focusing on getting a black box, that can like waste you time. But if you're on your way to getting better info, you do find a black box, and it's not a waste of time to just look at it.
Yes.
And then the important thing for moving is like when you go from spawn, looking around as you do is like great. Obviously, the quicker you do it, the better. But it doesn't matter. It's like, and then you need to look at your compass when you're moving. So here you're going south. So like you look around, you're like, okay, now I'm going south. Every time you choose a direction, you tell yourself that you go, okay, I'm going this way. I guess it's particularly helpful for pinpointing, but not just because it helps you like be consistent in your decision making. Because here you just went around in a loop basically.
That's true. If
And
I just
you're not gonna find
stopped
info if
here,
you
got this and this, that's 5K right there.
yeah.
Don't even need anything else.
That could be a thing. Like yeah, if you see that you know that yeah, because the info that is relevant also depends on the quality of your region guess or something. So if you know like that's what I was saying about what you know in the country, not just in like area stuff, but also like region guessing clues. So in the Philippines, you're like okay, I know electricity counters, I know I don't know tracks or something. So that's the kind of stuff that if you don't necessarily need to look out for, but if you see them, they definitely think about using them. So but in this case you're just moving forwards and you just end up in front of that pole, and so on that pole you should maybe like I don't know if you didn't see it at all the first time. I guess not,
No,
'cause otherwise
I
I
was
suppose you
just
would have.
like focused
Yeah,
on getting to a shop front too much.
but I guess it's hard to keep track of everything that can be helpful, but I guess yeah, it's just being observant otherwise.
Okay,
But you see that and
let's
you're
just
like
like
okay, if
let's just like start moving at 10 seconds next time, and I'll just like talk about what I want to look for in the first 10 seconds. Just like stop, just for a few rounds, do that.
yeah, I mean I was explaining something, you kind of just like
Sorry,
stop me in the middle.
my bad.
I mean it's fine I guess, but
No,
I was
go ahead.
saying that when you choose a direction, you tell yourself that you're going this way. So like from the start here, you're like, okay, I'm going south, and then try to keep that direction until you get to a larger road, or until you get a better sense of where to go, or if you hit dead ends. Like so, here going south, so you're more likely to, not go in circles at the very least, or get to a better place if you keep going in that same general direction.
Yes.
Or at least you can go south and west or south and east, but don't go west and east or south and north.
Yes.
And
Because I did
even
that.
if it takes you a little detour to keep going south, it can be worthwhile. But here, as soon as you had a slightly larger road, then you're like, okay, now I'm on the larger road. Now I need to go. Do I go west? Do I go east? And then you're like, okay, now I'm going west. And then you kind of focus on going west on that road. But sometimes I guess you checkpoint also when you get to a larger road. You checkpoint, and then you build. Sometimes you realize that going west maybe wasn't better, and then you go east.
How often are you using
yeah.
checkpoints in 1 minute moving, Jules?
If I get on a larger road, I checkpoint.
Okay.
It's like automatic basically, but like especially if it's a road where I'm like there's gonna be info on this road, and I go one way, I'm like there's no info. Maybe if I go like 2 clicks the other way, there's gonna be info. But I guess with slower movement, it's hard, I guess. But
Yeah.
It's just about consistency of movement, I guess, was my tip mostly.
No. I'll try and do that. I'll try and stick to one direction and be conscious about it. Okay. Retry. Looks... Okay, firstly, it's Botswana. We got a sign right there. Pretty much going to drop everything at that point to go and look at that. This is to our southwest. We've gone Grootfontein and Gobabis. Gobabis, I think, is like in the middle, right? Gotchas? Gobabis, I've definitely heard of. Okay, I'll go look at landscape quickly to make sure, or what to like make an idea. Maybe more south. Dang, I had Gobabis a bunch of times, but I can't remember where it is. The other place, Grootfontein. There's Gobabis on the B14. Gobabis is on the B14. I don't even see that though. Must be this one. B roads are smaller, I suppose. Grootfontein. I'm just gonna look for Grootfontein now. Huh. I guess it is a bigger city. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Grootfontein is also like pretty far north.
Grootfontein. Oh, it's so far.
So, yeah, I mean, here realistically, what would have happened is your opponent would have guessed way before. So, and then maybe you would have needed to region guess from. Because I don't know if you region guess from no move, do you get a better guess than this or not? Because here going for the sign is the smart play, but I guess you didn't manage to use them in time.
I still don't even see B14 now that after the guess.
I mean, the road numbers can be like, in every country, but some more than others. Road numbers are not always reliable.
So this one, that seems like I
There
don't
are-
even see any B numbers on the... Oh, no, there are B numbers. So this one's just a bit wrong. Or what?
Yeah, like in Namibia, I think there's only the B1 and the B2, right, for B roads.
Okay.
So there's B's, but only first digit, so single digit roads, I think, are B. And B14 must have been an older naming or something. They changed the naming scheme, and Google doesn't necessarily... Either Google is more up to date or less up to date. And
I feel like this sign was fairly... No, that's pretty old. Yeah, it's pretty old. You can tell. Okay.
But yeah, here, I guess the reading sign part, I guess also it's like... you can at least keep 2 cities in your mind while you're scanning. Some more than 2 can be tricky, but here when you read the sign, you read the 2 towns and you scan for 1 and kind of forgot about the other. But really, when you see a sign like this, when it's like 1 town one way, 1 town the other way, what you should read it as is basically, okay, we're between X and Y. And you look for the 2 towns at the same time. And then you're like, okay, we're between those 2, so you look between the 2. So sometimes one of the towns will be more visible than the others, but in countries like South Africa and Namibia, it's like usually it's fairly visible. Cities are somewhat far apart, and you're just gonna be somewhere in between. Because also it's towns, both towns are on the same main road. Here, it's a B road, so it's a main road. So towns are on like arrows on the main road are gonna be like somewhat important towns generally. Some like in some countries, it's gonna be the town that's at the end of the road, and then it can be a small road. But most of the time, it's gonna be a main town because it's linked by a main road.
Yes.
So here it makes sense to not zoom out too early. I feel like you didn't zoom out too much. A lot of people zoom out way too much to scan. Here, I guess, I don't know, you just maybe region guess first and thought it would be more south, so you didn't see it immediately.
I don't know. Yeah, I thought it looked a little more south, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Than it was, at least. No, well, I think
Otherwise
mostly
you're like-
I was just thinking of Gotchas, and so that's what put me south first. Go Babis. I mean, they both start with G.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, scanning is just, I guess, from experience. You like.
I think I'm also
to
just
just-
with typing, with reading, that kind of thing. It's just not it's not something, even in general, just in personal life, it's just not something I'm very good at.
I guess the tip for that maybe it's like look for the first letter in the words. Like here you have 2 towns started with G, so like when you look at the map, look for G's, and then that can maybe help. Then if you try to read out the full word.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm like very slow reader as well. Very slow reader. Okay, on the highway, I do get scared of these kinds of rounds. Driving left. Okay, United Kingdom.
So here it's like,
This
if
one
you see the info immediately,
yeah.
you don't even need to turn around. Go to the info, read the info, use the info. Like, you're not gonna get much better info than this.
Yeah. So the A400s, they're all clumped up, I remember. 400s are here. 4303. Oh no, that's just 303, never mind. But I'm pretty sure the 4s should just be out this direction. Now 426 is the bigger road of the two. 424, 426. And now I'd look for the town names, possibly. That would be my idea here. Lutterworth. One step back. Rugby. Rugby's there. Rugby's to our west. Or what? Looks like we're on a main highway. We could be like exiting. Oh. Lutterworth.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I guess kind of counterpoint to what I just said. It's like when you see info that's gonna be that you're gonna be able to use, and that's gonna be enough for you to have a good guess, then you immediately go to that sign. But here, I suppose, if you make sense of your surroundings, you do realize you're like on the actual motorway, which are gonna be much easier to find because there's only a handful of them.
Yeah, it's
Whereas
literally the M1.
you have the sign you had was a 3-digit road, and even though they are somewhat ordered in the UK. And also the system for the UK, it's basically radial around London. So the motorways are like M1 or A1, but it's like the same road, but can be motorway or not, basically. But A1, A2, A3, A4 are like going a circle around London the same way like I don't know if you know, for Brazil, the O10, the O20, O30 go around Brazil.
Yeah.
And then in between those, you have the roads that have the same starting digit. So the 400s are going to be basically between the A4 and the A5.
Oh, so the
M4,
it follows the M4 here. Oh, there's the M3. Okay.
Yeah, but then it's a bit more complicated because then the A6, the A7, the A8 are like more north.
Yeah.
So it's not fully radial.
Because it starts out of Edinburgh then after, doesn't it? Or something.
Yeah, for the A7, but the A6 you can see it starts like
here.
Birmingham or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So.
So like here it's like you're on a motorway, so you see that sign, and so you read the sign. You're like, okay, I have a 3-digit road. Do I scan for that? Or do I look for more? And here you could see kind of that you're at the exit of the highway. So there was a sign that you could see there, but you're not sure how useful it is. You could try to go for that sign because it's close enough, and then that might have a bit more info that you can use more quickly. Or also you're like, I know I'm on a main road, on an actual main, like on a motorway, so you could also have a sign that has the name of that motorway. That will make it more easy for you to just find it.
True.
So here it depends on how confident you are to find it, and you actually found it not too slowly, so it wasn't necessarily a bad decision to use that, but it can be a bit risky, and the safer play would be to
look for the town names as well,
since you have likely better info nearby because the fact that you're on exits, that's definitely a place with a lot of signs.
Yeah.
And you're gonna at least be able to have some towns and probably the name of your road.
Yeah, that seems very fair. I mean, it's just a lot of decision making, isn't it? Every moving round has a lot of decision making involved.
More like a lot of it is just gonna be automatic if you have more experience, but yeah.
Of course. Okay, Finland, gonna go straight to that main road.
Yep.
Coming out. This direction looked kind of better to me. I'm gonna go straight for it. I mean, I'll go set a checkpoint. Okay, I hope this intersection comes with something. Is this a place? Maybe. I think I want to commit. Maybe next intersection. I feel like Finland's a country worth moving for me because my no-move guesses are probably not good enough to. So, I don't think I know any of those places. What would you have done differently there?
And can you send me the location?
Mhm.
Please? But it was great first decision to like you see a main road, you go for the main road, and then you need to decide which way to go. But it's better if you don't spend too much time, if especially if there isn't like a clear way. Like basically in Finland, on every junction you're gonna have either the big blue signs which are gonna be there most of the time and gonna be the most useful thing, or sometimes it's like the small on either side of the road is the road number. It's not on the junction itself. It's on one of the side of the road.
Like
So that
this?
can
Oh,
be
no, that's a
something
bus
that
stop.
but here it's a bus stop.
Okay.
But here actually you can see you went the right way I think because if you do look this way, this is like the town entrance sign,
Oh,
the
okay.
yellow thing.
Yeah.
And you
I think my
didn't look
logic
at
was
the
more just like
name of
seeing this
the.
building, but yeah. You were saying?
I'm just wondering since you're entering Kayani, I wonder if it actually said Kayani. Yeah, it does. So you didn't look at it maybe because you didn't know there was a town entrance sign. Because this one is just like some random neighborhood or something, but the next one is the actual town entrance sign.
Oh, Kayani. And Kayani's quite big. Okay.
Yeah.
I never heard of it in my life, but
Okay.
how big does it show up? Quite big.
It's one of the larger labels.
I think I only in Finland know maybe like the biggest 10 ones, to be honest.
Yeah, so I guess then it's kind of tricky if you don't know a lot of places because knowing places not only helps you like place them, but most of the time if you don't remember exactly where they are, but at least you know they're findable, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
does help because in this case it's not info that you'll be like, oh, it's gonna be a big town because
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
entering a town. It could be
Yeah,
any like size.
exactly. Yeah, I
But
assumed it.
no,
Even if I had, even if I had have seen that, I would have assumed it was a small place.
yeah.
Kayani.
But then Finland is as you said, it's not a country many people know how to region guess, and so it's like kind of depending on your opponent and I guess the situation of the match. You can just try and region guess, or like I mean, just plonk, you know. Because if you're against especially I guess if you're against a good moving player and you're like lower HP in the match, then because if
Then
you
good luck.
if you don't know if you don't know then you just plonk I guess and
Yeah,
hope for the best,
yeah.
or you can somewhat region guess I suppose. It's not like you can't at all, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, I think
because
it is like
otherwise
a
it's like
very much a
a good moving player
place
here
name
will
country.
a good moving player here will probably know Kayani and see that, and then you
Yeah.
kind of immediately lose. But I guess here the sign was close enough that maybe even it's the guessing wouldn't work. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you cannot tell that. But anyway, but definitely here you should go on the main road and see if there's something that you can use. And
Good morning, Armani.
I don't know then because it's kind of hard to tell every time. It's like, do you guess or not? Because like for me, I'm like every time I'm gonna most of the time I will use the remaining time because I have no reason to fear that my opponent will find info or like is more likely to find info than me.
Unless it's like
But here,
extremely
since you like,
specific country where they're like for some reason correct or something. Yeah.
but here since you have a bit slower movement and you don't have as much moving experience, then it's a bit different, I suppose. So I'm not too sure how to handle that.
You think this one
Because it's
could have been
also
plonkable?
you don't have. Yeah, the thing is also it's not that much time and you don't have fast movement, so it's gonna be very different. Because if your opponent didn't have fast movement, then you have a massive disadvantage. But here, it's gonna be hard for everyone to find info in 1 minute, and so you can just like hope that you do get the info and they don't, and that can always happen, and it can be info that you will be able to use, and and they won't find it.
Yeah. Moving on.
Here as well, like it's kind of random because in the end, like west had the info that you could see from the junction, but also if you do end up going east, you might have had better signs. So you shouldn't like overthink necessarily where you go because it is kind of random in the end.
Low-key, a tactic for me could be go the opposite direction of what I think the other person would go and hope that I get a better sign and just ratio them with it.
As long as it's not kind of obvious or like way more likely than one way is gonna have info.
Yeah. Handpick locations. You never know. Okay, Germany. This way, kind of the way with the bridge looked better, I would say. I'm just kind of like taking a moment here. I would actually move quicker in the game. I think I would go this way. I'm not sure. They both kind of look equal to me. We got brick building. At the moment in Germany, I'm probably just looking for the place name. I think in a game I would be sending really quickly here, just because if a person knows Landkreis or whatever. But
Does Krania know Landkreis? Do you know?
I feel like he might. I don't really know what Krania knows now. I don't think many people do. Okay, interesting architecture here.
He doesn't personally, but
yeah, not sure. Don't really feel like asking him, to be honest, either.
about the misinformation.
Yeah, true. I haven't, not come across anything that I thought was particularly useful here. Gonna go outside Frankfurt. Okay. What do you say? Yeah.
I mean, here, yeah, it's like Germany. You should really only just move as fast as you can and hope that there's a town nearby.
Yeah.
And
like
here, yeah, you can kind of tell that one way might be better than the other. And maybe if you don't notice it from spawn, you can at least like sometimes just go back to spawn, check again if the other way, like, you know, if only you do like 1 or 2 clicks, sometimes that might be enough. And then you can always just roll back a couple, like you do the cancel movement a couple times and get back to where you were.
Ooh, I really made the wrong choice on this one. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We're in Ador.
I guess in the duel also it might help if you open guesses, then you know you need to go back to spawn and go the other way.
And this is a village anyway, so I would have needed the... Normally they do have a sign on like the intersection in the village though, don't they? Like here, yeah.
I mean, if you have a main road nearby, yeah.
Korbich. Yeah, okay. That one was a matter of going the wrong direction. Okay. I want to, first off, really just figure out where I am on this one, I think. Metal poles. Kind of looks like Maharashtra to me. I can't say I'm that good at differentiating Marathi. I feel like oh, we even have a mosque. Okay, interesting. I feel like mosques are not that helpful, though. Okay, a bit of red brick architecture here, too. Quite a bit, actually. Could be just north. I could try and character compare, but I honestly just want to get to more landscape at this point so that I can work out where we are. Because that's more important, I think. Oh, it's so urban, bro.
Very tricky.
Ooh, pretty horrid round, to be honest. I'm not really convinced that it's it is Maharashtra. What the heck? So much red bricks for Maharashtra. We did have like a black and yellow thing which kind of looked like a Maharashtra tuk-tuk, but yeah, okay.
I mean, here you have Bugscar and it's kind of dry, so you're gonna be anyway between Rajasthan and Maharashtra.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess, yeah.
And we had metal poles.
You're only, yeah. I feel like here in India, since you cannot read the script and you don't necessarily know like districts or anything, so yeah, what you should do is indeed like just try to figure out the region from either from like a sign can randomly have, you know, something, you know, like the state or a large town, or yeah, just as soon as you figure out the state, basically, I feel like you should guess.
Yeah. And is this Hindi?
I mean, this might be Marathi, but there's only like most of the time there's like one character that will show up that will be able to tell the difference, and otherwise you cannot tell the difference otherwise unless you know the language.
Right.
I mean, if you can read, then you understand. There's the, you know, the 8, like the infinity shaped symbol.
Yeah. To me, I keep on seeing similar ones in like this doesn't count, for example, does it?
No, that's, yeah, it looks similar, but it's a bit like bulkier, and it's slightly open on top left and bottom right.
This one is.
But on the left side though, the last character on the left side,
On the left. Oh, yeah. Okay,
This one
cool,
is.
cool.
And also, I mean,
Dang.
if you want to tip, that's I guess maybe more harder for you to use, but
Yeah.
on the right sign, that's an address. That's the format of most northern states.
Mm-hmm.
You have like the characters dot town name, characters dot town name,
Mm-hmm.
and the last part is the district name. So
Okay.
the thing before the dot is it's written G, which is short for Gila, which is district. So if you see that, then that's the thing you could try to scan for if you want a character compare.
Mm-hmm.
And here it says Buldana, which is a fairly large town, I guess. But
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I feel like this one was more just like skill issue rather than anything that moving could have helped too much.
I mean, if you want maybe to like try to practice more using info, you could switch to a different map like Tweaked Weld or X-Ray Farmed.
I actually prefer just the moving. I think. Yo, Destiquito with the raid. What's up? Okay. Let's go. I guess.
Just moving.
I'm just gonna. Well, I prefer like just the moving around.
I mean, I wasn't saying that you shouldn't do that. I was just saying switching maps to have a map that has a bit more usable info.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, thank you, Destiquito. Welcome in. Okay, Hobart Hotel. This is more like it. Guess I would look at the number plate to make sure. Yep. That's downtown. Yep. Can you please applaud, bro? I'm joking. Is that blood? That is blood. At that point... Huh. Now I'm trying to think. I think I want to get to a main road and get to a sign then. Because I have a general idea of where this should be. But I want like a highway sign, ideally. Ooh. Actually, is this why? It could be worth reading, I think.
So the white signs are always going to be...
National... International... I don't know what that says. The white signs are not useful.
They're always going to be like stuff inside the town, mostly street signs.
I was hoping that maybe it would be like
a... something, which is
I was hoping it would be like maybe something named after the town though in there.
I feel like here on the main junction there was a couple of signs that may have been useful.
Let's have a look.
When you get to the main road.
So here?
Yeah, if you look to the north, there's a blue sign.
Ooh.
Okay, but it looks like it's touristic stuff and not extra as well, but it might say the place name. Oh, you missed it now. But...
This sign here?
Nope. No, backwards.
Ooh, KFC.
I think one more step back, or did it disappear with this coverage? Yeah, this one back. I guess it just changes with the coverage. But yeah, in most like town centers in Russia, you won't have signs to different places, and it's like on the main junction maybe. So it is kind of tricky. Sometimes what you should try to do is just look for ads that will have area codes maybe.
I forgot
like
the area codes, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know. And either you, I mean, yeah, if you're a big town, it's really tricky. Yeah, you just hope to have a sign that says the town name, I guess, on the big ads, or.
What would this have said? I wonder. Russian dramatic theater. Okay. Choral. Yeah, I don't think it says anything useful, does it?
No, I mean, in Russia, I feel like it's mostly just gonna be on ads, like that you have like the, the G dot for Gorod and then the town name.
Yeah.
That's mostly the info you're gonna get if you don't know area codes. I mean, on random official buildings, you could have the town name. You could say like Ijevsky postal office or theater. It could happen, I guess.
But you got to get Loki lucky for that, I guess. Yeah, but same with the billboards, I guess.
Yeah, there's no other tip than just clicking fast and reading fast on those rounds, really. I suppose maybe if you get to the yellow though or something. I don't know.
Okay. Puerto Rico. I have no idea what to do on moving in Puerto Rico though. Go for the town name, I think. I think like a lot of times it's kind of American style signage, so I feel like if I get to an intersection or something, I might be able to get something here. I'm just trying to, I'm going south. Now I'm trying to remember what the spawn was like, because I feel like this way looked a lot better, but I actually can't remember now. So maybe at 20 seconds I'll go back just to check. I think that's my idea. I don't really think we saw any. I don't think I passed anything too useful here personally. Okay. Oh, this way was way better.
Yeah.
San Lorenzo 181. 183. Okay. I mean, I think that's where most of the Gen 4 is anyway, but
Yeah.
probably if I
Maybe
actually turned
around
around at 20 seconds when I said I would, then I could have actually gotten it.
I mean, like open the login and try to see like if from the spawn you could tell. I feel like you can see there's a junction. But one way there's a town, one way there's a junction, I guess, But in Puerto Rico, mostly you're gonna have signs on junctions.
It was kind of by the time I got here that I realized I was looking for a junction. Yeah. That makes sense though. Makes perfect sense. Anything there?
Yeah, I mean, that's not really something that, unless you know your Puerto Rican towns, then, this kind of info, like on random shop, you're not going to use that anyway. Like, it could be anything, so that's not what you should be looking for.
Yeah. Back in Hungary? What's it? Okay. I'll look for maybe the style of street sign here, just because I know that you get those unique ones, but this is not Budapest. Okay. I mean, Hungary's got really, really nice signs, so gonna head south until I hit a road. Okay, that worked. Now I'm gonna continue. Oh, I see a green sign there. I think. Yeah, go. Oof, and then they're ordered, so I'm gonna have to get really quickly to work out what kind of street we're near. Ooh. 4. 4, 4, 4. Bulgar. Don't see that. Debrecen. It didn't feel like a big city. I should have clicked in a big city.
I mean, the biggest city on that side was near Egiaza, whatever you're supposed to say, but I don't know if you, like the city north of you.
Oh yeah, that one.
Near,
okay, yeah.
That was on the sign. I don't know if you like read that or just didn't.
Oh no, I didn't. I just read the shortest one, which was where was it? What was it called?
Bulgar.
But
here you made a slight strategic mistake with your pathing, I feel.
Yeah, how's that?
Because when you get to the junction, like right there,
I got here, yeah.
You can kind of tell which one is a larger road on. I mean, either you just get a vibe for it, or you can see from the signage. Like north and south, you have the I don't know how you call it in English, but like the stop basically.
Oh, true.
There's a stop.
Yeah.
So
okay. It would have been better.
You went south on a smaller road basically because the south road doesn't have the road priority.
Yes.
So that usually means it's a smaller road. So you can go on down a small road and randomly have another larger road, but usually if you're on the larger road already, it's usually better to stay on that large road. And here to the west, I guess it looks like the road gets, thinner and smaller, and that doesn't look very good. But if you go east, that's probably better. Here it looks like it gets residential, but if you go east, then you get to the main road, I think, pretty quickly.
Yeah, true. Okay, true. And then we would have been right there for good signs. Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's a very simple tip, but it's very hard to put into practice what you just said, I think.
Yeah. I mean, most of it is about experience and
Instinct
speed,
becomes
I guess.
instinct.
So
At
the
one
more experienced you are, the more instinctive it is. But
okay, well, at least we did a good score. And that was a really easy seed, actually. 3 of them were for free. Okay. Norway, you get straight to the signs. I'm gonna go this way. The signs are the roads are ordered, I remember, so I've used that a few times in World League to get close. This honestly looks pretty. I'm gonna go checkpoint and go back. Wasn't liking the look of that.
That's a good idea.
2 straight. This has also got the same problem though. But at least we get better idea of the landscape here. We're going southwest. I don't think I passed anything just then. I don't think so. We're going southwest into a fjord. Vibes of the trees look south to me.
I feel like here now I would go back to checkpoint and continue the other way. Because I feel like, it's just... I mean, you don't have much time anyway, but... The more you can see down the road and see that there's nothing, the more you don't have a reason to continue down the same way. But it doesn't make a huge difference here, because I think both ways they probably didn't have the info. But
We probably would have needed to get to like here or even.
But like west, I think you could tell kind of that there was nothing. You were getting into the mountains.
Yeah.
Probably no main junction in there, and no
yeah,
signs.
True. Yeah, whereas this is more mild hills and just seemed like a more place where people could live. Okay. Okay, this is one of those ones. Yakutsky. I always forget how bushfire Yakutsk can be downtown.
Yeah.
Nederlanden. Now Netherlands, I think I'm just going for a main road in Netherlands. Normally you can, maybe on like a truck as well. We could see it. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the border village with Belgium a bit. I feel like these signs can actually be useful in
yeah, these signs are
Juliana
places inside the town mostly.
Yeah. Just gonna go till I'm gonna head west till I hit the main road now. Okay. That's the ocean to the south. No, it's not Rotterdam, I don't think. Hoorn. Did it say it anywhere?
No, I don't think so. But in Netherlands, the info you're gonna get inside the towns, it's mostly the red signs for bikes.
True. So maybe you should go on this one.
That always has the nearby places. Ooh, otherwise, you can get on the larger roads. You can have the blue signs, the regular blue signs, which do have places as well.
Would this have been the better direction?
Rarer inside the town. No, here, like inside the urban center, the info gets harder to spot and kind of random. I think there's probably not many signs at all that do have the place name. Okay, so you can really tell against which ones do.
Would you have gone down this road instead anyway?
So, I feel like if you go back to this one, I guess I could tell you. Wait, is it this one here? Yeah.
I forgot.
You just. Go down what looks like the larger road and continue in the same somewhat direction until you have a larger road and continue that as well. So it's like here you go like, oh, I'm going north. Okay, this looks like a large road. I'm going north. Your pathing was fine, I think. Like here, west looked like a large road, so you go west now, and you continue to go west. And you just every junction you look around or like you just scan quickly as
And
between your movements.
this
and
one
get to a
actually,
junction,
it
you,
did
like,
give us to a main road pretty quickly.
yeah, your movement was fine. Is maybe a bit slow, so you don't have much time to use the info. But
And
yeah,
then
I mean,
where from here? Like what should I like at this
yeah, I mean
intersection?
here
Surely there's
noticing
something.
personally like here I see the coast south.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, there's probably I could scan for that. There's probably not many towns lined up. But
Mm-hmm.
otherwise, it's like quickly look around, see that if there's a sign at the junction itself that you're on, because it's a somewhat larger junction. So there might be, those red signs or something. I guess here, what I would notice here is maybe if you look southeast, that looks like it might have something on it. Yeah,
Or
yeah, it
like a
does have
map
horn
even.
with the heart on the bottom actually. Oh, it's now it's blurred, but
Horn. Yeah.
uh, I like here. I suppose as well. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That this thing is just like, yeah, you look around quickly and you can notice this kind of stuff, but this is not the stuff you would generally look for. But otherwise, yeah, you just continue down the larger axis until you have those bike signs or something that I mentioned.
Okay. Okay. Malay. I know quite a bit of info, like bins and stuff like that. I also know some towns. Let's check the. I mean, postcodes. I know they're very useful, but 2000s I cannot remember. Okay. I mean, we have like generic bins here, which is maybe indicating the like East Coast. I feel like it kind of looks like East Coast as well. At the moment, I think it's like up towards the northeastern states. Okay, that looks like a nice sign before it disappeared. Tahun?
Tahun means office.
Okay. I find that very difficult in Malay and Indo to tell. Okay, we had those hills. Can I get those hills? No. Then to me it looked like some town around here. Okay.
Yeah.
Parka.
I don't really know. I feel like maybe some of the signs that you ended up sawing, like maybe one of them had a sound, but it's like need to be very fast in the movements and fast in your reading to really have an opportunity to use them. Because yeah, it's not obvious from afar. And first off, I'm lucky that the town name is not on the street signs. Most of the time, it is. Here, you only had the postcode. Personally, I don't even know postcodes like that. It's really the only info you have.
Right.
Um, but yeah, here otherwise, yeah, you go. I think it was fine, but then yeah, you just look for signs that might have the town name on them. And there's a lot of signs that have full addresses in Malaysia.
Right.
And the first one that you tried to look could have had it, but quickly I could notice it doesn't. But otherwise, yeah, I guess it takes some time to fully read through and notice that it really doesn't. But yeah, you just basically look for something that has a state name mostly, and if you don't
Yeah.
see a state name, it doesn't have an address most of the time, or like a postal code. I
I
mean,
do actually even know
it's
most of
like,
the flags as well.
yeah. It's like it's very useful to know what addresses look like. I suppose if you have that experience, then it's like you don't even need to read through. You just know what it should look like, and then you can even from afar you can be like, oh, that sign has an address on it or not.
Mm-hmm. What about the next one? Still didn't
Like if,
find
for
anything.
example, if it only has like a couple words, then you'd know it doesn't have an address on it because addresses are gonna be longer than that.
Yeah.
But then if you have
I
small
thought that
text
might be
underneath, then you'd be like,
yeah.
you could try to read it, but also if you notice you can get close enough to the sign, then there's no point trying to read.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's tough.
Mexico. Why? Is it even Mex? Yeah. Okay, Mexico. Look for the. Maybe the taxis often have it written, don't they? Santiago Tuxtla. Tuxtla? And I also maybe want. Oh, Veracruz. Nice. So Tuxtla. I mean, it feels like it's going to be around here somewhere to me. That being said, Veracruz is huge, so I'll try and use the landscape here. South Hills, Tuxtla, Santiago. So check inside here. There's Tex, Tuxtla. Oh, car color. Kind of whitish. That's really common up here, is it not? If I remember correctly. Tuxtla. Okay, abort. Go down here. Ooh, Santiago Tuxtla's. I forgot about these hills. I was just looking on the inland hills.
Yeah, you were only scanning for Tuxtla, right? So on the taxis, you're only gonna. I mean, mostly the big word will be the municipality. So in Mexico, you have 3 levels, like in the same way, like most countries, like for example, Philippines, you have barangay, town, and then province. You have like localidad or community, and then municipality, and then state. So sometimes it can be hard to know if the info you have is only a community or a municipality. But here on taxi, it's gonna be municipalities, so it's gonna be the thing that's most scannable. So and it's gonna be only one word. Like Santiago Tuxtla is gonna be the municipality name, but on the back of the taxis you have the full info, and here that's why you had the state name as well. But you can read whole of it. But I think on the left side it says community, and then on the right side it says municipality and state. It says loc for localidad, and then the community, which is actually not where you are, but it doesn't matter. And then on the other side, municipality and state. So yeah, here you need to look for Santiago Tuxtla, but it can be quite hard to find municipalities, honestly.
Right.
But here, yeah, looking for the mountain made sense, and and then it's kind of hard to find because it was underneath the state name, so kind of unlucky. But
right.
I think you played that round fine, except figuring out that the whole Santiago Tuxtla was the whole place name.
Actually, when I was saying Tuxtla, I was actually looking for Santiago Tuxtla. Actually, I realized it was the whole place name, but I was just trying to find one of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you think of Tuxtla, then you look for Tuxtla on the map, and if the word doesn't start with, if the town name doesn't start with Tuxtla, then you can easily miss it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more easy to scan for the start of the place name than the end. Yeah.
Oftentimes, I'll just pick the shorter word, but you're right. In this situation, it was not the right way of doing it. Okay. Wow. This is unique. Oh, it's Taiwan. I was very lost. Okay, this is actually quite nice. I thought we might have a road name. Oh, here. Go for this one. Fengfang on the 9. I think the 9's the east one, if I remember correctly. That's where I thought we were anyway. Oh no, that's the 11. Oh, 9, okay. Fengfang. I'll go straight search for that. I could actually check the other side of the intersection. You know what? I'll do that. Huh? I thought that was a sign. Okay, I'll go for that one. Taitung? I've heard of Taitung for sure. There's Taitung. Fengfang. So Taitung North? Fengfang. Oh, what the heck?
Yeah, not every town's gonna be findable because a lot of them are like only small Chinese labels. But here, I guess it's like
there it is.
Being aware of your surroundings. No, it's function. It's not the same. It's probably one of the Chinese labels on to the west, but yeah, if you're as it's kind of hard to do all this at once, but when you get to the main road, you're like, and you get to the 9, and you get the 9 for, you're like, okay, we're on the 9 between the mountains. If you just realize that and think about it for like half a second, that just makes your scanning way easier.
I should have also gone
because if you because maybe you notice the mountains on the west side. There's also mountains on the east side, and then when you scan on the 9 on the map, you can see that most of the 9 is either in the valley or on the coast, and there's only that southern part that is between the mountains.
Inside the valley, it would look quite different as well. I think I honestly would have gotten to doing that, but I took too long to get to both signs, and then I was kind of out of time for making a better guess.
I just need to do that very quickly, which is kind of how this was.
Yeah, but could have been worse. Okay, Italy. I don't know many place names. My place name must be like worst out of any pro, I think. Let's see if I can get something there, because they do put a lot of signs, I know. I want to go to the west. Loria. I saw snow-capped mountains, so I definitely think it's up here somewhere. But I think this is too small. That symbol probably means something. I'll go this way. I'll go this way. It's definitely in the north, 100%. Oh, that's a nice sign. That's a nice sign. Go, 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 go. Okay, we're exiting. Asolo. Asolo, I've definitely heard of. Zoom out. Asolo. Asolo.
It may sound familiar because it was on your sound just earlier.
Oh, whoops. Dang.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't know any of the towns you had.
Okay, okay. I'm very goldfish brain when it comes to that kind of one. I always
I
get
suppose
confused about
Castelfranco was
something.
Castelfranco in Italy.
The
I don't know,
road
it's-
angle could have been helpful there almost. A lot of these places.
Here, I think your only bet to solve the round was to move faster out of the town to get to the main junction faster. Because if it's like you stop on the first sign, you don't know the places. There's no reason to stop on that sign. You like read the places quickly, don't know the places, move on. It's like you're not gonna scan. Like if you have no clue if it's a large town or not, there's no point to scan or like waste your time on that sign. And then you need to get to info still, because like info you can't use is not info that's relevant to you.
That's true. Was Red Road, beautiful. Australia, at least no place names. There's a Clare here. A1 Home Hill, Clare. Okay, the other way. Well, I actually want to. I would actually read someone like this in Australia. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Home Hill, we saw. Home Hill, southwest.
Yeah, realistically in the duel here, as soon as you see air, you just space block air.
Yeah.
Probably don't line it up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But still, may as well. Well, that was good. Australia on moving I can actually do. Generally speaking. This looks like...
interesting route.
Yeah, it's just like Portugal or something, or what? Oh, wow. Okay, that's interesting. I still think it might be Portugal, but it might be Canaries or what as well. Oh, it is actually Portugal. Okay. I think so. Or is it Italy? No, it is Portugal. Go Australian fast move mode. You jealous, bro?
It's like here. Do you feel like you're gonna get better info if you move? If you ask yourself that in this round?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, if it's like I mean, especially on this round, I'd be like, as soon as I understand on the Azores, I would just once I have a view that I can line up, or just that I have a good understanding of where I can be, then there's no reason to move to info that does not exist, or that it's very far, or that I don't know, because you don't necessarily need to line up. It's like when if you were doubting for the country, then that makes sense to move until you know the country, and then at that point you can probably just region guess the island, and there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's very reasonable. Okay.
Because your best bet on that round to win points is not to give time to your opponent to figure out where it is.
Yes. Would that have the place name on it?
So that bottom left bar is gonna be the community or the neighborhood.
Okay.
The bottom right bar would be the postal code. But if you don't know them, then yeah, no point reading them.
I don't know why I tried to look at that. I'm gonna go northeast till I hit a road here. Whoa, I always get confused by this one.
Yeah. A lot of these rounds are going to be... kind of fully region guessing. I mean, I guess if you don't know very specialized things like area codes or postal codes.
Yeah.
I suppose here you could have looked for an area code to just to have the.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had the 6, that wouldn't really help here, probably. But
Yeah. 133. Interesting.
no, this is not even area code. It's just the following digits.
The
But
following
here it says
digits.
Guaymas Norte. See, it's like these random signs. Like, if you know Guaymas, I guess it's helpful. Otherwise, yeah.
Guaymas. No, I don't think I know that. I don't think I knew it.
Yeah, I mean, then, yeah. I mean, Guaymas, to be honest, if you don't know the place, don't know what it looks like, then it's kind of hard to get, probably.
Yes. I mean, I definitely know the place,
Very easy.
but that's not the name.
Yeah.
Not very good. Not very good, Sid. Ooh, Antofagasta Paposo. Antofagasta. We are like in the hills right now. And Antofagasta is to our north. Paposo. Paposo there. Okay. You gonna check this sign? B 710. The 10th kilometer in.
Yeah. I mean, again, you know, when you're going to be in duels,
Yeah.
your best bet to win points on these rounds is to guess, you know, as fast as you can. So you don't need precision. Like here, you have the. I mean, I guess maybe you're not confident, so maybe that's why. But you're between Paposo and Antofagasta, then you confirm with the road number, kilometer 10, between the mountains. Then you see that place that makes sense, and you should probably just guess because
Yeah.
it just makes too much sense, and you know, it's probably not gonna be anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
And then, you know, you guessing first is probably, you know, if your opponent doesn't guess by then, because then if your opponent guesses first, then, you know, you can get those 3 extra points by lining it up, but otherwise,
Yeah.
your best chance is, you know, to guess as quickly as you can.
Mm-hmm. This way look better to me. I firstly get the language. Wow. That would be yeah, Kannada. It also looks like Karnataka, I would say. I would even just like check some houses to see if we have like any. Firstly, I'll check language again. Yeah. I would check some houses to see if we like have any yellow water tanks or something maybe here. See what the rest of the landscape is like. It's quite dry. It's surprisingly dry for Karnataka. Go back to spawn. Hills were south. With this level of dryness, would maybe think around here. Okay. I guess there's not much to say there, right?
Yeah, I mean, zoom unlock. I mean, it's probably it didn't look like any way was better anyway. I would assume because of the map, there's gonna be info one way. So
I guess I almost made it.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of hard to tell, but like, I suppose here, yeah, it didn't look like there was gonna be a main junction west, so east you were getting into the town, so maybe you're gonna get a main junction going into the town. So
Let me just see from my POV.
going back to spawn.
So yeah, west
like,
looked nothing. East we had stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, it's not 100%. Like there could have been a main road west, and then east you could have been just going into a small town, and then there's nothing there. Like
That's true. I'm just trying to think. When I got to here, I did not really.
I mean, it does look like there's gonna be more houses now, so you know maybe you're getting somewhere. But
Yeah, I just didn't really
It's just
think we were
got-
coming up to one.
it's just playing the odds.
Yeah, and then we have the stop sign because it kind of bent around at the last second. I
Yeah.
see. And then here, not too much.
You have the green
info.
sign before the junction.
Oh, like this one or
There's
the one
one.
on the other side of the road?
This one just behind it that has the info for the main road.
Raichur.
And Raichur is findable, but
so if I was
if you
this
zoom out,
zoom
I mean,
level,
Raichur is like far northeast, so it's kind of weird, I guess.
okay, Raichur and Navarati.
And this one is closer to the south. Kangarati was.
Oh, Kangarati. I don't see it.
There. It's on your marker, on your mouse. Nope, zoom out. Here. Right in the middle. No, zoom in.
Oh,
yeah, it's on your mouse. Yeah, yeah. yeah.
Ecuador. Inside the hills. I guess I'd look for a state name in Ecuador, if I remember correctly. I'm not really sure if this is the right way, but I have something. Ambato. Okay, that's good. I at least know where that one is. Maybe. Pelileo. Ambato north? Or Ambato kind of northwest? Penipe? Pelileo. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Check the other way. Caseval. Huh. Where's that? Cevallos. There. Okay. So we're closer to Pelileo than we are to Cevallos. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, here I can explain, but I guess, yeah, no, it's just making sense quickly out of the sign. It's like, I don't know if it's because you were reading more slower or something, but like you can just read the sign all at once and then, like, cause here you have the info Ambato Pelileo, and you read first Ambato, and you're like, okay, now I found Ambato. Now I read the second part Pelileo. Now I found Pelileo, and then you were trying to make sense out of this, but you can just read it at first. You say, okay, we're between Ambato and Pelileo, Ambato to the west, and you tell yourself that, and that just takes you a couple seconds to read, and then you're like that info you've understood, and now you're looking for that. You're like, okay, we're between Ambato, Pelileo, Ambato to the west. And so you found Ambato. They're like, Ambato to the west, so Pelileo should be to the east. You see Pelileo to the east, you know where you're between the two. And also you're getting to another road because you're getting to the junction.
Yes.
And the road that links those two. So you're like, okay, you just click on the road between those two in the middle, basically. And that's your route, yeah. I mean, also since it was Ambato less than 10 kilometers away, you can just space mark Ambato and it's basically the same.
Yes, yes. Okay, Eso, I know. And Uchkamach. I thought that was the one down here. No, it's not. It's that one. And Klyochi. Klyochi is that. So we're kind of between those two. And they're all the same direction. So it makes me think we're just on the main road here. 200, 400. Main road, some town. Probably something like this. Are we going north? We're going north. So we're on the north part of the town, so 400, 200. We're further up then, aren't we? What the heck?
No, I think you want me to go, yeah.
Wait.
I'm not sure exactly.
400, 250.
Because the road goes to the north and to the east. But yeah.
Dang. How did I miss? Wait. This doesn't actually make any sense though. That is 150 kilometers apparently.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, unless I got the wrong town.
I mean, I don't forget.
Kiluchi?
But
wait, look.
But it might be 150. I wouldn't be surprised.
That's 150.
Yeah.
But then that was two. This is 250 apparently. 250, 150.
Well, the road to Skamchat is probably quite not direct.
It mustn't be. What the heck?
And also, it's probably not even from.
Oh, it goes up
PhD.
here.
Yeah,
Okay. That completely messed me up. Why would it not just follow the river? Colchane, I've heard of. Mauke. Colchane. Malke. Oh, this is a nightmare round. Why have I heard of those, but I don't know where they are. Move on. A557, Colchane. I have no idea where this is. Wait, just go landscape. I don't know.
I mean, okay. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't ever heard of that, I guess. I guess I was just thinking of Cochrane and then
Wait, where's Colchane? Wasn't that was near the border? Oh, it's next to PC Guide, it's owned by PC Guide in Bolivia.
Colchane.
Yeah, but like here, I suppose, yeah, it's like either you have a good region guess that you're confident on, and then you can scan in that region guess, or otherwise, I feel like you make sure you've used all the info that's available to you. So like you started scanning as soon as you read that, as if like you could find it. Like only like you read that, then you should open your map and scan only if you're like somewhat confident that you can find it.
I just thought I
either
heard of
because you know it or because you have a good region guess. But like otherwise here you have a junction, so yeah, there's probably more signs at the junction than just this. And so yeah, like for example here I suppose then the 15 is a bit better info than the A557, but otherwise the A557 is completely findable if you understand a bit the Chilean road system.
What's the Chilean road system?
It's like it's the first letter is by region basically.
Oh yeah, it goes A,
So
B.
The A. I mean it's a bit different because like the regions have shifted a bit, but yeah, basically A is like the.
Dang, I've
Like,
heard that probably a few times, but I completely forgot that, to be honest.
C is Atacama and Copiapó region. Yeah. So A, you know it's gonna be max north, and then you can scan for that in the north.
That Kamchatka one just annoys me, bro. Thailand. No, Philly. Go straight for the shop front. Where did that say anything? Why has it took me back 3 steps when I pressed Z? Y locos noche. Nueva era. Okay. Well,
yeah, I'm pretty good. It can be tricky to find the correct sign in Philippines because like not every sign has the address and.
I was pretty happy with that. Could have been a bit faster, but still, it was alright. Thai. Probably looking for like a road number or something that we can pass up. Landscape, pretty hilly. I have to think north here, just with like the smog and everything so far. Go for a main road. I might check the insulators. I think I would check the insulators here. Normal. Okay, main road we get. Ooh. Chiangkan Loe. I mean, Loe is here. Actually, might be. I have no idea what this city is called here, but that could fit. Chiangkan. Yeah, feels like a bigger city. Okay, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest city in the province is always, or almost always, named after the province.
True.
Or like the rivers, I guess.
Well, that was a very lucky sign, but I guess we are playing Tweaked World, so.
Yeah, I mean, here, I guess it depends on your opponent. Like, if it's an opponent you know reads type somewhat fluently, then as soon as you read that green sign, they're likely to know the province. So anyway, you have as much time as you need because they're probably going to guess soon anyway.
True.
But yeah, I think that was fine, I guess.
Okay.
Somewhat lucky, maybe, to get the sign.
True. Sask. I'm going to check what that is quickly and then go the other direction. Oh, nice. Range Road 2155. I'm trying to remember which number I trust. I think that means 155 if I remember correctly, but I can't remember. Which one's trustworthy?
I don't think they're very helpful. I mean, personally, I don't know how they work in Saskatchewan.
No, they work the same as Alberta.
I don't think so.
Range Road.
And yeah,
it should be
the
like,
vast majority is not labeled. Yeah.
It should be like about this far in. Correct? I think so.
No. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something there.
2155. Oh yeah.
I don't think so because as far as I know, they start in the east at like 1300 or something, and then they randomly switch. I'm not sure how they work.
Oh, it's only the township roads or whatever they are. The other ones.
Yeah, them I think are somewhat the same as Alberta. Yeah.
Yeah, they line up directly with Alberta. Dang, I thought it was for both. This is why I don't trust stuff, bro. I got trust issues on moving. Move to the intersection on South Africa. Ooh. I mean, I know area code somewhat. 06? Nothing. Go this way instead. Bro, why does it keep sending me back 3 steps when I press Z though? Southeast. Like that. I don't think it's that. And I'm just confused. Oh, it is that. Yeah, I should have gone there. Nothing else with southeast really made sense. This one was just annoying.
Yeah. It's pretty tricky to find info in Zara. Especially if you don't have fast movement.
I was hoping that one of these 2 intersections at first would have it. Oh, I had this and I ignored it. Well, like, I think I subconsciously saw it and then I looked up at the other poles and they didn't have it. I mean, I guess I still guessed Western Cape. Oh, no. New Zealand. New Zealand will just have it written. Morrisville. Okay. Canada Street, Morrinsville. Ooh. I like that sign. Mata Piaco. Morrinsville. Nice. I thought it looked like that. Canada Street. Where the heck is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a short street.
I think the only thing you did wrong was not scanning for Morrinsville earlier. Like you're looking at the other sign. I mean, unless you knew area codes, because like I feel like there's only 3 infos that are useful at all. I guess 4. You have the area codes. I mean, like either you region guess to know somewhat the area, or you use area codes if you have no New Zealand region guess, so a very cool one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like either the town name, or if you know district, then here that's at the district. But if you don't know district, it doesn't help you at all, because districts are not named at any place most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like the town name, or the the signs are for the can be district specific, but same if you don't know the signs does help. So if you have the area code or the region guess, then and if you have the town name, you can scan for that. Or the last info and the most useful one by far is the road number. So here, I guess since you're a town center, there might be a main road going through a town center, and then if you get to that main road, there's gonna be info.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a region guess, or if you know the region already, then the town name, then you can just scan for that.
Yeah. Also, I meant to click where the yellow things were. For some reason, I thought I was clicking there. This looks like Bloemfontein or something like that, maybe. Or like Khartoum or something. I don't know. Would it sound like that, but ever useful? It disappeared anyway.
I just it was there, but it's probably just a political ad.
I'll go till... Oh, yeah. Seven, 8. Kalahari. Nice.
Nice.
Kalahari is anything in here, right?
Yeah, it's the desert.
He's getting struck. This looks like here. I'm gonna go this way. East is the big water. That's really weird, actually. That should be pretty unique within the UK. Newcastle makes sense. Twinned with New Ross. Best kept town. Min? I'm kind of worried though. I wouldn't have thought it looked like that. It's definitely the UK.
May have missed a piece of information on that sign.
028. Oh.
Yeah, it's multiple Newcastles. Very commonplace name.
I did not think it looked like
best kept town or something.
Was it a bay? No, was there?
It's just open coast. Yeah. Also, Newcastle wouldn't have land sticking out to the north.
Yeah. This looks like Quite a lot of development here.
Oh yeah, don't want to click too early with the Alsping.
It didn't register my first click because
Too late, man.
thought I was moving the map. I was gonna go Nairobi. I just cannot believe they haven't created a safe guess button. It actually boils my blood.
Yeah, I mean, they mentioned it as well. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Actually wild. Samara. Dragon. Wire. It's not that Samara, is it? Oh, it's that Samara. It actually probably is.
Yeah, I think be kind of weird to have assigned to Samara and not Uralsk, or if it was here. If you had assigned to Samara, you'd probably be very close to the border. But here it's probably just another small town called Samara.
Yeah. I feel like 90% of these like big misses on countries like that I would just get if I was playing just like no move, to be honest. I don't know.
I mean, on this round especially, I feel like, I mean, it was basically no move. Like, you didn't have anywhere to go, like any other info.
No, but if I didn't see the sign, because I just wanted to click towards Samara, you know?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Might be not locked in and a bit tired right now, so.
Yeah. Ooh, this is cool. I want to save this for my map. Remind me to open that.
You had Flemish signs and you had the police name.
Oops, I
couple
thought I
times.
clicked Flanders. Maybe you're right, bro. 17k. Okay, I did miss out. I'm clicking that there.
And yeah, moving is definitely like, I don't know. It's definitely game mode where you need to think fast, do things fast much more than the other game modes, I feel.
Yeah.
So when it feels, when you're not, feeling it, when you're not locked in, it's something that has a much bigger impact.
Round 2 through 5 here went as like as badly as possible, basically. I would say. Maybe that's a sign to end it. But thanks for the help. Was still good.
I mean, I was gonna suggest like, I feel like if you're playing actual duels, then like it's maybe easier to like tell you what is reasonable to do, because like here I'm, having the kind of like in like afterwards, what's the I forgot the word, but like the insight that I wouldn't necessarily have if I was playing the round, or like it's not really necessarily like realistic to like always play correctly. But
should we do a duel
if you
then?
like, I mean, if you want to,
Yeah, we can do one.
like if you're not feeling it, it's fine. I can tell you like how I did it, and how it's reasonable for you to play that round.
Okay, let's play.
Yeah.
I'll just play however I want to play on it.
Yeah,
Probably just try to beat you like normal style. Oh, didn't realize they have it. Oh yeah, I've had that lock before, but I thought it was the South Island.
Yeah, I want to use fast movement as well.
Sure.
Oh, you didn't put a timer.
True.
That's probably better if you put one. Oh, wait. Same ID.
Okay, I'll put a timer. I just wanted to see where it was, but I didn't realize you can't even abort it once you sit in the little loading screen.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a way in friendly Juice to just pause between the rounds, though.
Yeah.
Gosh, this one's problematic for me.
I have forgotten. What? This is annoying. I don't remember this one. What? It's here. Oh, jeepers.
I thought those colorful houses were meant to be west, but then I looked and we had the wrong landscape. I feel like for me, like playing moving is kind of like eating a salad or something.
What does that even mean?
It's just kind of like, I don't know.
Something you can do but don't want to do?
Yeah, something like that. Extremely like inconvenient to my deep psychology. Dang, it just never occurred to me that you could drive from Archangelsk to Atirau.
To Archangelsk. I mean, probably not
Oh no, Astrakhan.
the town you meant, yeah. I haven't really paid attention, I gotta be honest.
I think the road I clicked is Gen 3. We had some interesting houses there.
I guess we're in the town technically. Sign. You're the bus stops in Sweden.
I figured this one out. Yeah, I found like a black and white version of it, so I didn't really recognize it, but then I found this shape of the state as well.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I was about to insta-send Bulgaria. I mean, why am I even... This is terrible tactics. I'm just gonna go...
I mean, yeah. I feel like probably better to do insta-send here. Give me a deal time. I guess you would have said Bulgaria, but
Yeah, as we established, that might not have been the play. Santa Cruz I found immediately, or Veracruz I found immediately, but
yeah, same. Also, if it was national tournament duel, you would have the round limit, and by now you should probably be taking huge risks. And find Rico. Oops.
I just found someone that said Coastal Caroline.
Yeah. Oh wait, oops. I guess does not make any sense.
Building the comeback when it matters most. Scheiße. lucky. I smell trouble.
I have no idea.
Damn, I was gonna go Lyon.
That was.
I think
Didn't
your
work
guess
out
is
easily.
way better than mine, but
I just saw a couple houses, but probably with too much else. I guess.
oops.
Yep.
GG.
GG. Do you know the first digit there it goes in Italy? Or?
No. Do we have one at spawn?
Yeah. Go basically north to south.
05.
It's like, yeah, 1 to 4 is from west to east in the Po Valley, and 5 to 9 from north to south. With 6 being Rome, but 7 can also be Sardinia.
Yeah, I had remembered that they're really strong, but I forgot them. That is pretty intuitive as they come, though, to be fair. Okay, I'll do one more. More. But I feel like practicing moving jewels against someone else is pretty different as well. My tactics can change a bit.
What do you mean? I mean, it's as close to what you're practicing for. I mean, yeah, it's what you're practicing moving for in the first place, right?
How do you mean?
You mean against different players, is what you mean?
Well, I just mean like against Karania. Karania is a decent moving player, but like
Yeah.
I have more liberty to move around a bit probably. Were you able to get any info?
No.
I didn't think so. I was just wondering.
I think so far the rounds have been mostly pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Didn't have to explain to me things.
No.
Especially when you guess early, I suppose. Less opportunities for things to diverge.
It's just like I'm actually thinking through like, can I actually? Is it better to just like minimize? I mean, is it better to just like look for something after you find it? But most times the answer is no in my head. My Z button is so broken. Yeah, I just came to the area code.
Yeah.
Ziggy's.
I think it was possible to leave town. I have better sounds there, but
Yeah.
it was a bit too slow.
Where's Ziggy's petrol station? There. Ziggy's Island Market. Ooh. Did not realize Orlando looks so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You just find the keychain info or?
I'm not sure if I read it, but I just didn't know the place name anyway.
Yeah. It's really so annoying to read and guess. Oh, somehow I clicked on it.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess the road angle helped a bit.
Yeah, I should have checked that.
It might be a risky guess. What if I actually found some? Why not?
Ooh.
You did. Wait. Great guess.
I plunked.
What did you find? Blood?
I just knew that that's one of the areas where there's the white car and it kind of was hilly.
Yeah, I thought about that, but good find.
Thank you.
I don't know any of these.
I've been the biggest merchant in these two jewels.
Alright, that's how it goes.
Let's go. Immediately found them somehow. We take that chip. Seven times.
Oh, I think that might be enough.
GG.
No.
Oh no, what? Bro, it looks so much
Yeah, it's
better.
quite twist, I suppose.
Chichir. Does Marquesi a place or no?
It means town.
Yep.
And it means center? Wait, which one was it again? No, Shehir means town and Marquesi means center, I think.
Oof. Lutherans. Why did I hedge? Yeah, that was very silly.
What happened there? Did you just read your guess or?
I thought it was either the Green Bay or the bay at the top of Wisconsin. I was going to go Ashland or Green Bay. I don't know why I would do this, but yeah. Nice guess.
Yeah, I feel like at least need to look at the place or
Oh yeah, true.
like that can be a risky send to like you just if you figure out the state like whether like the place or something you can just send without an area code then hope your opponent doesn't find one.
Yeah.
Maybe if you feel like you are worse at finding them. But otherwise, yeah, area codes are still kind of OP.
Okay, GG's.
GG's.
Hopefully, after the tournament, I can tell you one thing that I actively applied to one of the jewels.
You applied to one of the... Oh, okay.
One of the principles.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun nonetheless. Obviously, my gameplay leaves a lot to be desired, but, you know, a healthy man doesn't need a doctor, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, most of it is, you know, experiences. Like, I feel like two main things that would be more helpful to the gameplay is, like, just the speed of execution, like, but that's hard thing to, I guess, practice, or maybe, you know, kind of easy for me to say. Maybe it's like, yeah, the faster you do things, the better. And I guess, you know, maybe that just comes to practice, but
Yeah,
because it is about being the fastest and moving. And then honestly, just like have a good region guess even when you're moving. Like that's
yeah.
but this format specifically is like so fundamental. Like always need to be able to be close enough even if you find nothing.
Yeah, that's indeed true. That is indeed true. Okay, guys. Well, it is now 3 a.m., so I will end off the stream. Blinky, thanks so much for joining.
My pleasure.